Hello, Saints. Thank you once again for tuning in. I know it's been a while since I've recorded any messages, but I have some things in the workings. But I just had to speak on this concerning the foolishness in our country that's going on amongst our leaders. Today's message is entitled, Fools in Leadership Positions. And the reason that I'm recording this message is because of the election that just happened. You know, it seems like when they were counting the votes and things, all of this was in secrecy. And then it seems that, they said that Biden won before Trump did. And of course, Biden is the winner. And now Trump is over there acting foolish and being a fool like the Democrats treated him when he was first elected. They spent the whole term that Trump was in the White House, trying to find things wrong instead of doing what the American people elected them to do. I could run this country better than these men because they're fools. It's just like during the debate when Biden called Trump an idiot. That right there shows you that he's just like anybody else in this country. He could lose his cool. And the reason that he was elected president is not because people liked him. They voted for him because he is the lesser of two evils. Both of these men are an embarrassment to our country. They both live in the lap of luxury. They have their medical expenses taken care of. In fact, when Donald Trump was positive with COVID, they gave him some type of cocktail and he wasn't very ill because they gave him the cocktail, but they won't give that to all the American people because they try to separate and act like those guys are over here and we're over there. But you know what? Trump sits on the toilet, Biden brushes his teeth, and they all eat and sleep just like we do. They're human just like we are. But the thing that they're doing now is embarrassing to our country, and they are not doing what they have been elected for. They are all well off, but us Americans who are struggling and trying to feed our families and just live in this world are not being treated fairly by the elected officials that we have. 1 Timothy 2 verse 1 says, I exhort, therefore, that first of all, supplications and prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all men, for kings, and for all that are in authority, that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and honesty. During the election, I saw pictures of people who are believers. They were on their knees praying that this person would win or that person would win. The scripture is very clear. And it does not say pray for your official that you want to be in the White House. It says pray for all men that are in authority, because quiet as is kept, a lot of people don't realize this, that all leaders will be held accountable for what they did in their leadership position. It is an embarrassment the way that these guys are behaving now. When Trump was first elected president, they fought the whole time and did not do what the people elected them to do. Now they're spending their time jockeying for position, but they all have good lives. Most of them have money in the bank. They have great medical benefits, and they have people that kowtow and serve them. That's what these people have. But yet the American people are treated like they don't matter, while the Democrats and the Republicans fight it out in Washington. It is an embarrassment the way that they're behaving. It is a shame the way that they're behaving, because they were elected to go for the people and to be there for the people. But it appears, and it is clearly seen now, that they are in their positions for themselves and not for the people that elected them. I just had to speak on this because, it's a shame of the things that's being printed in the news. One is blaming the other. This one's blaming that one, or they're blaming this situation or that situation, instead of coming together and showing cohesion. I could do better than either one of those guys in there, because at least I would listen to the people who elected me, and I would be sworn to do what they desire me to do in order that their lives are good. I had to speak on this. I couldn't just let it go by, because it's just foolishness at its greatest. And these men act like they have a right to act like two morons because they are who they are. It's a shame the way that they're behaving, but what we need to do is we need to pray for them. We need to pray for our country, that the Lord will have his way. That is going to be the most important outcome in any of this. I pray that the Lord will add a blessing with this message.